behind there. Can you just stand up? Can you move a bit backward so that I can see, and put up your hand in this way? Put up your hand in this way. A bit lower down so that I can see. Can you put up your hand? Can you put up your hand? Stand a bit towards the right. Okay. Must right enough because you're facing this side. Okay. You just sit down. What is your name? What is your name?
Judith JobsEr011, sir.
Judith, so I call you Judith. What?
Yes, sir.
What do normally? What do people call you normally?
Judith.
Judith, okay.
Yes.
Your age?
33, sir.
Your height and your weight?
45 and 5. Sir.
Again?
Height.
Height, what's the height?
45 kg, sir. Then
Your height is what?
5.
You cannot remember your own height. Did you actually?
5 flat, sir.
5. Your weight?
45, sir.
Your marital status?
Married, sir.
Married? And
Yes.
are you still married or are you a single mother?
Still married, sir.
Okay. What is the job of your husband?
Farmer, sir.
Farmer. Where is your barangay?
Botobot Norte, sir.
Where?
Botobot Norte.
Near where? Is it in Mindanao?
In La Union, sir.
Oh, La Union. I see. Okay. Oh, La Union. Okay. La Union is in the north, right?
Yes, sir.
How many children do you have?
1 ounce.
How old?
5 years old.
Now you come here, who's going to look after this child, 5-year-old? Who's going to help you to look after this child?
My husband and my mother-in-law, sir.
Husband and your mother-in-law. Have you got the permission from your husband and mother-in-law to come here to work?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Why do you want to come to Malaysia to work? What's the reason? Do you have any reason? Because last time you were working here and then now you want to come here to work. What is the reason?
Yes. I want to have my own house, sir.
Okay, you want to actually work here because you want to get the income so that you can help your family, probably to build your own house. I think that's what you're trying to tell me. Am I right?
Yes.
And why do you want to come to Malaysia? You can go maybe to Hong Kong, Taiwan, or even to the Middle East. Why do you want to come to Malaysia to work? Why?
Because no placement fee, sir.
No placement fee. Okay, that's a good reason. Hong Kong, you have very high placement fee. I think I see that some of them go there, they have to borrow 50,000.
Yes.
50, I think 50,000 peso.
Yes.
And I think that some even they ask them to borrow even 20,000. No, 200,000. I have come across. What is the educational level?
High school, sir.
High school, how many years?
4 years, sir.
So that means you can. I'm sure you know how to read. I'm sure you know how to write. Then your mom writes a note for you. Do you think you can read properly so that you can carry out the job where the mom instruct you? Do you think you can? Do you know how to count?
Yes, sir. Sa Facebook lang. Yung sa Facebook mo ko i-type ko.
Okay, you just tell me how much is this?
30 plus 35, sir.
How much?
30 plus 35, sir.
I know. What is the total?
65, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
This how much? How much is this?
12, sir.
Huh? 12. Okay, very good. Now I want to know your work experience. What are your working experiences? Do you have any experience working in Philippines or overseas or anywhere?
Here in the Philippines, sir, I already take care of the baby, sir, then sending the kids in the school. I also experience how to take care the elderly, sir.
In the Philippines?
Yes, sir.
You mean you have experience looking after children?
Yes, sir.
And how many children?
2, sir.
Oh, in where?
In Baguio City, sir.
Oh, you were working in Baguio City, working for a
Yes,
family with 2 children.
Yes, sir.
So what was the job? To look after the children?
All the household chores, sir.
Okay, that's household work. I'm asking you, what was the job that you have to do to look after the children? What you have to do to look after the children? Maybe like showering them, changing the clothing
sir.
for them, feeding them. What was your work?
I cook for them and take shower for them, sir.
Some more?
I cook for them, sir.
I know you told me that.
Okay.
You don't no need to repeat again. You cook and then you shower some more. That's all.
Teaching them
Teaching
for
them what?
their homeworks.
Oh, I see.
sir.
Teaching them. How old were the children?
4 and 2, sir.
2 and 4 years old.
Yeah.
So you have these 2 kids, 2 years old and 4 years old. They must be very active, running around. Can you cope up with them? Can you, cope with their? I'm sure these two children, they are very active, so they might be running around. Do you think you can actually do this type of job if I had to get you an employer with these two children, maybe 2 years old or 3 years old, then maybe another 4 years old or 5 years old? Do you think you can cope up with the job? Because children at this age, I'm sure they're very active. They will run around. They like to play. Are they boy or girl? These two child.
Yes.
Are they boy or girl? Are they babae or lalaki?
Boy and girl, sir.
Boy and girl. Okay, what about looking after baby? Sanggol?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how to look?
Baby.
Do you know how to look after a baby? Do you know how to shower a baby?
Yes.
Hold a baby,
Yes,
feed a
yes,
baby. Do you think you can? Let's say I got a family who has got 1 baby and maybe another child, maybe 3 years old. Do you think you can do the job? Look after 1 baby and look after 1 child?
Yes, sir.
You're sure?
Yes, sir.
You have to think properly before you give me the answer. Because see, a baby means is a small little child who cannot walk, who cannot talk. So we call that a baby. A child, normally the fella already can run. They call them a child. So you have got a baby and a child. You're sure you can actually do the job?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how to take shower for a baby?
Yes, yes, sir.
You know, What about your own child? You got 1 kid. Then there was a baby who was who was looking after the baby, your own kid.
Me and my mother-in-law.
I see. Your own kid is a boy or a girl?
Boy, sir.
Boy, okay. Okay, other than that, where was your other experience? Your overseas experience? Where were you working before?
No more.
You have no overseas experience? Do you have any overseas experience working overseas before?
No more, sir.
Huh?
No more, sir. No more, sir.
No more?
Yes, sir.
I see in your biodata you have worked in Malaysia before. How can you say no more? I'm asking you, have you got any overseas experience? And then you said no more. Why? You cannot remember.
I thought another country, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have worked in Philippines before. I know that.
Yes, sir.
You told me. But what other country have you worked in before?
In Malaysia.
Malaysia from what year to what year?
2015 to 2017, sir.
Did you finish your contract?
Yes, sir.
And when you're in Malaysia, what was the job?
Cleaning the house and taking care of the pet.
Oh, I see. You were doing housework and looking after a pet.
I'm sorry.
Your job was taking care of the house and take care of a pet. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
see.
sir.
How big is the house?
4 stories, sir.
4-story.
Yes.
And how many person in the house?
4 and sometimes 5, sir.
So can you cope up with the job in this place? Can you cope up with the job?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if I have got a family with a house, maybe 3-story, with 2 children, do you think you can do the job?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're sure?
Yes, sir.
Can you look after a pet? Let's say if the family has a pet like a dog, maybe you need to shower the dog, feed the dog. Can you do the job?
Yes, sir.
And hand washing, do you think you can do hand washing?
Yes, sir.
Do you like to cook?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how to cook? Your employer in Malaysia is a what? Is it Chinese or what?
Chinese, sir.
So do you know how to cook any Chinese food?
Yes, sir.
What food you know how to cook?
The soup and the curry, sir. Curry.
Soup and curry. You know how to cook.
Yes, sir.
But do you like cooking?
Yes, sir.
If the mom willing to teach you, are you willing to learn?
Yes, sir.
Let's say if I have a family, a small family, and the children go to school, the parents go to work, you'll be alone in the house. Are you afraid to be alone in the house?
No, sir.
No, you can.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to follow the rules and the instructions of the employer?
Yes, sir.
I see you've got a phone number here. Do you have a smartphone where we can actually WhatsApp you or Viber you?
Yes, sir.
WhatsApp or Viber?
Miss Facebook.
You've got a Facebook.
Sir.
But Facebook, then you don't even have your Facebook Facebook name here.
I have
Huh?
Judith JobsEr011. It's same as my name, sir.
Same as your name. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you have any friend or relative here?
No, sir.
No. And can you promise me you will not bring any friend or relative to the house when you are working for a family here?
Yes, sir.
let's say I've got an employer who eats only vegetarian, that means no meat. Can you work for such a family?
Yes, sir.
Here we have got Malay, we have got Indian, we've got Chinese. So if I get an Indian family or a Malay family, do you think you can work for an Indian family?
Yes.
What about a Malay family? A Malay
Yes.
is a Muslim, okay? Do you think you can work for a Muslim family?
Yes, sir.
Yes, of course Chinese you can work because you worked for a Chinese before. Do you know how to use the electrical gadgets like vacuum cleaner, washing machine, rice cooker, all this? Do you know how to make use of it?
Yes, sir.
Let's say I am asking you to clean a fan, which you need a small ladder or a small chair. Do you think you can do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so a small ladder all you can actually climb, or a small chair you can climb. You're not afraid, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Is there any question that you want to ask me?
No.
No. Now, the thing is sometimes the employer might want you to work during your off days. So if you are asked to work on your off days, are you willing to do it?
Yes, sir.
Of course, you'll be compensated. But when you want to take your off days, you are not allowed to go out. You have to stay in the house. Can you agree to that?
Yes, sir.
We know that you work and then of course you need a rest. But since you are new to that place, I will not allow you to go out because you give a lot of problem. You might not know how to come back. You might be cheated. And
Yes.
we don't know where you are. So we will prefer you to stay in the house. Do you think
Yes,
you
sir.
can?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you are tired, of course, you just let the mom know, I need a rest, maybe on a Sunday or any day, okay? Now, the day rest is not necessary on a Sunday. It's up to the mom to let you know which day you can go for your off day, maybe on a Monday or a Tuesday. Can you agree to that?
Yes, sir.
So it all depends on the mom, but they will give you, of course, the rest day. But you have to remain in the house. I make it very clear that you have to remain in the house. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
because I don't want you to come here and you say you want to go out this and that. So if
Yes.
you agree to that, I'll look for you for an employer. Can you
Okay,
agree?
sir. Thanks. Yes, sir.
Okay, what about the handphone? Okay, you can bring a handphone, but you are not allowed to use the handphone during working hours. It's very strict. I'm very strict on that. No handphone during working hours. Can you agree to that?
Yes, sir.
So would you be bringing a handphone when you come here to work?
Yes, sir, but I give it to my employers.
You give it to your employer. So that one I leave it to you. But of course the employer will be very happy on that because it will probably help to reduce problems. But I leave it to you. But you are definitely allowed to call home. Is that okay? But don't
Yes.
call too often. You spend a lot of money in calling.
Yes.
The only thing is you are not allowed to use the handphone during working hours. We are very strict on that. You cannot just carry the handphone and then when the mom is not looking, you will take the handphone out. Then you will try and use the handphone. We don't allow that. Can you agree to that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, if I'm the employer here, what will you tell me so that I will employ you?
Sir, please choose me to work with you because I am hardworking, honest, obedient, patient. That's all, sir.
Okay, that's very good. So you have to abide by what you have told me. You are honest. That's very important. Okay, hardworking.
Yes.
And of course you have to be responsible. Especially if there are children. You have to be responsible. And of course, you have to listen to the instruction of the employer. Don't argue with the employer. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's say if the house has an elderly person or invalid person, do you think you can look after an elderly person who needs your help? Maybe he's very weak, needs your help to help him to walk around, maybe needs to feed him. Do you think you can do the job?
Yes, sir.
What about invalid person? Let's say an invalid man or an invalid old lady who cannot walk, needs to be pushed on a wheelchair. Do you think you can do it?
Yes, sir.
And do you have any experience looking after
Yes,
an
sir.
elderly person or an invalid person? Where?
My relatives, sir.
In where?
Here in the Philippines, sir.
In the Philippines. Is it in the same place as what you told me just now?
In Manila, sir. Because they bring her
Oh, in Manila, I see. Not in
Yes.
La Union, so it's in Manila.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's all.
Yes.
For the terms and conditions, like your salary, all this, of course, the agency in Philippines will tell you. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll look for you an employer. Especially, we have got a lot of employers looking for DH to help to look after children. So,
Yes.
are you prepared to look after children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Can you please call the next person?